The UFC is back in Colorado. UFC Denver. Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. God, this card is fucking awful. It's a disgrace. I don't want to get too much into it because I know everybody's bashing this card. And I hope this is one of those times where everybody's, oh my God, this card is going to suck balls. And it turns out to be decent, very good, entertaining, fun. We see multiple finishes, some exciting fights. I really hope this is one of those times because July is going to be tough. Okay, next week we have Lemos versus Verna. I mean, cool. Who wants to see that? I know we have the Iron Turtle and some other interesting fights that I think on paper next week's card is better than this one. But really, I mean, seriously, 2 women's main events, and it's not even a championship fucking fight. God, where's Raquel Pennington when you need her, right? I expect a lot of low level. I mean, I know it's low level. I mean, these guys are here for a reason. They're not on the PPV for a reason, right? But I think this is going to get ugly. Has the potential to get ugly. I'm talking Alex Morono versus Nico Price ugly, okay? Pretty much just 2 guys or 2 girls out there looking like they're about to die from exhaustion, have a fucking cardiac arrest, okay? Because this elevation is no joke, okay? I think this is the second highest elevation the UFC goes to. I believe only Mexico City is worse. And it's going to be tough, okay? It's going to be tough. I know a lot of people are, he's gassing out. He's going to get finished by second, third round. I think it's going to be quite the exact opposite here. I think these fighters are low level. I don't want to say trash or anything. They're low level. They're not top contenders. They're not great finishers. They do not have that finishing potential. Some of them may have that KO power, late second, early third. And it's still possible. But I think most of these fights, if they don't finish in the first round, it's going the distance. And it's going to be just guys hugging it out against the fence, buying time, that hanging on for dear life because they're exhausted and they feel that their opponent is dangerous, so they'll just hold her down. Going to be a grind fest. I'm afraid that that's going to happen in most of the fights. I do think a lot of fights will be going to distance. And mainly it's because of that. I think most fighters will gas, and once they're gassed, it's over. It's going the distance. God, I really hope I'm wrong on that one. But anyways, the main event, I think this Tracy Cortez has potential to pull off the upset here. Namajunas she's weird. She's very odd. You never know what's up with her. She's on a quite interesting point in her career. And Tracy Cortez, I think Cortez is hungry. We have some potential for some great fights with the likes of Drew Dober versus John Silva on short notice. I think Josh Van can put up a good fight. Also think what's the other fight I'm very excited. I want to see Cody Brundage fold again. I think Al Hassan will put him to sleep. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna tough it out and watch this card, and you're betting, I hope you hit every fucking play. Cause imagine Imagine you sit through this. You have to sit through this, and you watch all of your bets lose. My God, I think a lot of people will be on suicide watch this week. I think a lot of dogs are barking or live. But I can also see where a lot of these dogs are live and barking, but they cannot get, that nod, that they cannot get over the hump. They just barely were there, so close, but they cannot do enough for them to get the win, get their hand raised. I see a lot of people on Charles Johnson, and I'm telling you right now, Charles Johnson is losing on Saturday. Okay, Josh Van is a lock, a mortal lock. Okay, put the house on Josh Van. Let's go. Starting off the UFC's Denver card, we have a middleweight bout, Josh Friend versus Andre Petroski. The Philly boys, are they from Philly? All I know is they're from Pennsylvania. I like Josh Friend here. I think he has more paths to victory. With Petroski, there was some hype. Do I dare say that? There was some hype. The guy started 5-0 on the UFC. He's now on a 2-fight skid. We saw what happened the last time he was out. He got knocked by Malcolm's hip. Lost his balance. That looked very odd. At first, I was like, "What the fuck happened?" It looked scary, but then you saw the replay, and you're like, "Oh yeah." Got hit in the temple with his opponent's hip. That happens. But this guy's just a meathead. He looks huge, has huge quads. He wants to grapple. I think Petroski's submission is live for 3 minutes here. I think he's going to death gas after that. If I'm Petroski, I'm not even trying to pace myself for 3 rounds. I mean, I'm just going in. If I cannot get framed out in the first round, I know I lost that fight. Okay? I don't think there's no conditioning. I mean, unless he lost like 10 pounds of pure muscle, he's going to gas. I mean, this is in Denver. This could get ugly in the second and third. We could see a lot of just hugging against the fans. Both guys have pretty bad cardio. I think somebody could die from exhaustion here. I'm not joking. I think somebody could actually die because these two have pretty bad cardio. Petroski is better everywhere, but that cardio is going to kill him. Well, is he? Well, I think I have to give Frem the striking advantage. All Petroski does is he just throws meaty hooks. Everything's so loopy. He's low, doesn't have head movement. He just stands there and trade. If this does not end the first round, it's going the distance. This is a very low-level, low-skill fight. You got a meathead versus a 6'4" middleweight. That guy is huge. Frem, I'm interested to see what's Petroski's game plan, because I think say what you want about Josh Frem, but that guy's tough. I mean, he was taking he was getting battered by Kopylov, and the guy was still pushing forward. He was moving forward. He was trying to put the pressure. He's definitely going to have the better chin. I mean, you saw all the damage that Kopylov was put in, and he was still there. It took a lot for Kopylov to get him out there, and Petrosky got knocked out by a hip. I think there's levels to those chins. I see. I think Petrosky throws a kitchen sink at him in round one, wins that round, and I see Josh Frim winning rounds 2 and 3. I think there's some potential finishing potential for Frem on rounds 2, probably round 3. If he's going to finish him, is because Petrosky is going to be just absolute. He's going to death gas. So give me I cannot believe I'm saying this. Give me the better cardio. And I think Josh. I don't. The only way I see Petrosky is if Petrosky wins this is on round 1, he's not going to win a decision. In this environment, I'm sorry. Give me Josh Frim by decision, and there's no way I'll have money on this fight. Next up, Montel Quick Jackson versus the monster Blackshear. Listen, I like Blackshear here. I think he's the better grappler, the better wrestler. And although Montel Jackson is a good wrestler himself, we've seen that when he gets out wrestled, that's when he loses. And I think the Mon can do that here in this spot. Blackshear, I mean, I would say he's the better grappler, has good jiu-jitsu, good at taking the back. He's highly skilled. He's chasing submissions, has good ground and pound. And this guy will take you down, okay? I mean, I think if he can hang on the feet, this will be a great fight. He's not going to quit. Montel Jackson, yeah, you have to give him an advantage on the feet. He has very clean boxing, good takedown defense, good pressure, but I don't think he's very active. I think most of the time he gets caught being too low volume, and I like Blackshear's volume a little bit better, although he can sometimes also be pretty lackluster. He has good calf kicks. He's very good on scrambles. He's great on the ground. He's a threat everywhere. Both of these guys, it's going to be very interesting because I think these two mirror each other a lot. Both of them like to use their physicality since they're quite big for the division. I mean, Blackshear looks huge out there, but these two are the same size, so they won't be able to just bully their opponent like they're used to. I mean, they're basically fighting. They're pretty much fighting themselves here. I'm not trying to be racist or it's some black on black action. I mean, they're pretty similar. Okay, they have very similar builds. One is a grappler, the other one's a striker. What I thought was pretty interesting was Blackshear's last fight was versus Batista on a week's notice, and he had literally just fought a week before. And I know Batista was prepping for Cody Garbrandt, so going to us, going through a full camp, preparing for Garbrandt, and all of a sudden you have to fight the Blackshear on a week's notice. I know they're quite the opposite fighters, right? But I mean, Batista was a -220 favorite. Okay, he had a full camp. Yes, he was prepping for a striker. And we see that Jackson is a -160 here. Both of these guys are on short notice. I mean, this fight was announced a week ago. So both of these guys are on 2 weeks' notice. Okay, so you're telling me if Jackson had a full camp and Blackshear was on a week's notice, what would the line be? And there's no way in hell Jackson is on the same level as Batista, okay? Batista is legit. This is great line value here. I'm definitely betting Blackshear here. He's definitely a barking live dog. The only reason he lost against Mario was because he gassed. And I know that's not a very good thing to say because this fight is in Denver. But still, I think this is great value. Give me the better wrestler. And you have to question Montel Jackson. I mean, when was the last time we saw him? What, like 2 years ago? And look at the guys he's beating. Okay, I know he beat a good wrestler in JP Buys, but this is going to distance. I don't think Blackshear can finish Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson is good, and there's no way in hell Jackson has anything to finish Blackshear. Here, give me Blackshear by decision. I think he out wrestles him for at least 2 rounds. He's going to win at least two rounds. I'm willing to bank on that. This is a great price. Give me my prediction: Blackshear by decision, and I'm betting Blackshear on the money line. All right, next up we have Luana Santos versus Maria Agapova. Hey, my heart goes out for Agapova. It seems that she's been really struggling lately. I know there's some words going around about her being homeless. She's dealing with some drug addiction, gambling addiction, and you can tell she's not very mentally stable, emotionally stable. So I don't know if fighting for money it's the best for her right now. I don't think that's very good for her. I actually think that Agapova losing is the best that could happen to her. Because if she wins, she's going to have some money again. She'll probably just go out and make more bad decisions, take more bad decisions, right? Because she's on the spot she's now because of her bad decisions. And with money, she's going to make even more bad decisions. So I think her losing is the best thing that can happen to her, for her to actually hit rock bottom and finally get the help that she needs. Because it seems that I don't want to say she's crazy because I don't know her, but you can tell she's struggling, and and money is not her only issue. It seems that she's been struggling with, I don't know, some personal issues. Life hasn't been very kind to her. So I mean, I'm rooting for her to get her life together. I'm not rooting for her to win because I actually do not think she would benefit from a win. As crazy as that sounds, but anyway, the technical part of this breakdown is Luana Santos is going to beat Agapova, unless Agapova gets a knockout on the first round, which I don't think is very possible because Luana Santos is not terrible. Okay, a lot of people like to shit on her. The only thing I don't like about Santos is her OnlyFans career. I'm not a big fan of girls that are in the fighting business and on the OnlyFans business at the same time. I think that's OnlyFans leaves more money. I think it's pretty obvious. You're not getting your face battered, and if you are, you want to still look good for your OnlyFans career, so you're not willing to take a lot of damage. But anyways, Agapova only chance is getting the KO, and I don't think she will because Luana Santos is a good boxer. Okay, she's actually a lot better than people give her credit for. And I think she's going to submit Agapova in the second round. We've seen Agapova as a turtle off her back. She's terrible on the ground. she has no idea what she's doing on the ground when her opponents take her down. She's lost. Okay, it looks like she's on her first jiu-jitsu class, and with all her personal problems off the cage, um, I don't think she's getting better at her job. I I hate this spot for her. This is Lana Santos all day. I think she's going to submit her. Um, I'm just hoping she doesn't bite her tongue again, because I think this girl is desperate, and I don't know. I mean, um, she's not in a good mental state, so I don't know what she would do. But give me Luana Santos by second round submission. And just because this is a women's fight, I'm not advising you to put Luana Santos in all of your parlays. If this was in a men's division, I would be fading the absolute living shit out of Agapova if he was a man in her situation. So yeah, that's the breakdown. I really hope Maria Agapova can turn her life around. I'm really cheering for her. Next up, our second women's MMA fight in a row. Jasmine Jastovicius versus Fatima Klein. Klein, only 23 years old, will be making her debut. She's a double champ at Cage Warriors, and I think Cage Warriors are legit prospects. I think it's probably one of the better promotions out there outside of the UFC, talent-wise. A lot of their prospects are legit. She is legit. She's well-rounded. She's a very good grappler, but she's fighting very small girls. She's even fighting girls that are probably atom weights. And you have to question her level of competition. She's beating dog shit girls, no name girls, and she's only 6-0. I think that's definitely an issue. She'll be putting her career on the line on her UFC debut against a very, very talented girl. I love Jasmine. She's one of my girls. I think she's very talented. I love her style. And Klein, I mean, this is on a week's notice. You're fighting on Denver, in front of a crowd, and a huge step up in competition. I know you're Aaron Blanchfield training partner, but we all know, I mean, what are you even doing if you're sparring with Aaron Blanchfield? God, whatever. I love Jasmine here. She's one of my girls. She's a very big girl. She likes to bully her opponents, and I don't think she'll be able to do that because Klein is big. She also likes to bully her opponents, but she's not fighting girls that are her size. Okay, she's fighting little small girls, not UFC level girls like Jasmine is. And Jasmine has decent striking. I have to give the advantage to Klein on the feet. On the ground, I think Jasmine just vicious all day. I know she probably won't be able to bully Klein as she would like to. I was going to bet the house on Jastovicius here versus Vivian Araujo, but that got canceled. Now I'm stuck here with Klein. I'm still betting on Jasmine. She's at even money, I think, up or even plus 110. I think you can still get plus 110 on some books out there. But listen, I love Jasmine's wrestling. She's very good on the ground, mean ground and pound, and I think she's very. I think it's very hard to get her off you. And she will look to take the fight to the ground, and I think she can. I I really do. Both of these girls have zero finishing potential, so fight to go the distance is a great parlay piece. Um, Klein, I mean, she's fighting trash level competition, and she cannot get the finish. Okay, and Jasmine, she's not very. I don't think she has that much finishing potential. Maybe a ground and pound. I really don't see it. My prediction here is Just Vicious by decision. Probably why it's going to be close. It's definitely going to be a close fight. It will be interesting how the judges score this, but I'm going with my girl here. And also I will have money on her on this fight. Probably just take I'll probably just bet Just Vicious by decision, really, to get an even better number there. We made it to the featured prelim fight of the night. Josh Van, finally. We get to see some Josh Van. I'm a Josh Van enjoyer. Versus Charles, the Energy Johnson. I'm also an energy enjoyer. Okay, I appreciate Charles, but he's going to lose this fight. These are very similar fighters. I think they mirror each other a lot. Joshua Van is the faster, more technical, cleaner, lands more combinations, is faster. Probably will have the better cardio, although I know Johnson is a cardio machine. But Van, former soccer player, and he's tiny. He's very small. He's a very small man. Even for the division, I don't think he cuts too much weight, to be honest, to make 125. Charles is tall. Yes, he will have a significant range advantage, and he fights well. That's his game plan most of the time, which I don't think that I think he loses because of it a lot of times. He's always on his back foot, throwing jab, 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 and occasional 1-2, mixing some front kicks. And Joshua Van, I love Joshua Van's striking. Both of these guys are builders, are what I like to call a builder fighter. They get better as the fight progresses. We see Van likes to work the body. I think that that can come in handy at elevation, work the body, and he does it beautifully. He lands 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. I mean, we've seen this from Van. We know what he brings to the table. I mean, the optics, Van will just keep pressure, will put the pressure on Charles for 15 minutes, and Charles will just get on his bike, run around in circles, throw some front kicks, land an occasional jab. This fight will predominantly take place on the feet. I do not see Charles Johnson trying to offensively wrestle, although he's definitely the better wrestler here. I just do not. I think he's more comfortable on his feet, and even if he tries, I don't think he can do too much. I don't think he can take Josh Van down. I think Van has good takedown defense, and he's the better fighter. Okay, he's this new generation of flyweights. Okay, these guys are. The amount of talent and skill these new guys have at this division, oh my God, it's a joy to watch. I mean, we have a lot of incredibly talented, gifted flyweight fighters coming up. Okay, and Charles Johnson, I mean, he's 33? He's kind of old for the division, and he's he's an old school fighter. And I really like Charles, but he's going to lose this fight. I don't think he has an advantage over Van, maybe the wrestling, but he's not going to wrestle. This is an easy win for Joshua Van against a fan favorite. The energy is kind of a name, so that does him good. Joshua Van is going to win this fight by decision easily, 30-27. I know a lot of the quote-unquote non-casuals are going to be on Charles. Oh, you're such a casual just taking Josh Van. Oh, man, you don't know the energy. He's very good. And pretty much all of the Charles Johnson fights look the same. He loses close, quote-unquote, close fights. Okay, he's losing these fights. It's not close. They're not robberies. He's losing these fights. Even some of the fights he's won, I thought he lost. Okay, he's not very good. He's great for the company. I love the guy. I really appreciate him. I think we need more guys like him, willing to step up again on short notice against the Joshua Van. Okay, I don't think he believes he's going to lose. He wouldn't not be in the UFC if he believed that, okay? But he is going to lose this fight. He has no chance. No chance. Absolutely no chance of beating Joshua Van, okay? Joshua Van has the more finishing potential than the energy. I mean, what does Charles have to beat Josh Van? I mean, really think about it. I mean, if he's on his back foot like he's always, maybe he'll try to put some pressure on the third round, because he waits for you to get tired. Joshua Van is not going to get tired. A lot of these hardcore fans will be on Charles Johnson, and they're going to be wrong. Okay, Joshua Van is winning this fight by decision. Give me 30-27 all across the board. And I'm also betting Josh Van by decision. You could probably get a decent number around -120, -140 if you take the money line and the over 1.5 if your bookie allows you to. This is Josh Van all day. Yeah, I mean, Charles could probably make probably all 3 rounds, quote-unquote, close, but he's not winning any fucking round against Josh Van, okay? Josh Van is a legit top 10 contender for the next 5 to 8 years, okay? This guy's legit. Charles Johnson is a gatekeeper to the rankings. Give me Josh Van by decision. Up to the main card we go. Cody Brundage versus Abdul Razak Al Hassan. So my first thought with this one, it was just take Abdul Razak here, because he's Cody Brundage. He's a joke and a quitter and all that. We know what's up with. We know what he brings to the table, Mr. Brundage. But then I was okay. Al Hassan is old. He usually gasses. You can take him down. And I went and watched Cody Brundage tape. That made me switch my pick. I was okay. No, this is Brundage pretty easily. He should just be able to take Razak Al Hassan down, lay on top of him for 15 minutes, control him on the ground, wrestle for 15 minutes, and win a comfortable decision. But then I went and watched Abdul's tape, and I think this is Al Hassan all day. And to start off, I could just say Cody Brundage is a quitter. Okay, he gets easily rattled. He gets nervous. I don't think he likes to be in the cage. I don't think he likes to be a fighter. He's not a fighter. He does not like to get hit or hurt or grind out a fight. And I think that's his path to victory here. Just grind out 3 rounds of wrestling. But Cody Brundage is a quitter, okay? If he does not get the quick finish, which I don't think he has the ability to submit Al Hassan, and I don't think he has a nasty ground and pound to get it done. So I mean, we've seen this from Cody Brandes throughout his career. If he does not get a quick finish, he'll just lay there like a fish out of the water and uh, lift his chin up so you can submit him, or he'll just um, wait for you to do some damage, just hide behind his guard and wait for the rest to save him. Because this is the, I mean, I went and watched the fight versus Dumas. Well, I mean, when I was watching tape for the not Abu Dhabi, the Saudi Arabia card, Cedric Dumas was supposed to fight on that card, and I watched that his fight versus Brundage. Cody Brundage got out wrestled by Cedric Dumas, and Dumas is pretty terrible. He's not. I mean, he's all right, I guess. He's definitely better than Brundage. This will be his sixth fight in 15 months, and Brundage should be on a 5-fight losing streak. Okay, 5-5 losing streak. He should be on a 5-fight losing streak. Because he got a cheap DQ win over Malkoun, which, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on the guy. Got that win, and then, oh no, I forgot to mention, in that fight versus Malkoun, that was the first time Malkoun was a favorite in all of his UFC career, and he was a minus 550 favorite over Brundage. Okay, a guy that had never had any business winning a UFC fight was a 5-1 favorite over Cody Brundage. And then he went on to slam Zach Reese, which, I mean, yeah, kudos for him for lifting him up and slamming him against the floor. But Zach Reese made a dumb mistake. He should have won that fight. So there's 2 cheap wins. He's not picking up Rasek Al-Hassan and slamming him against the floor. I mean, this guy is easily over 200 pounds by fight night. And Al-Hassan has power. I mean, what happens when Brundage feels that power? I think he will fold like a cheap suitcase. And after watching Al-Hassan's tape, he's gotten a lot better. Do you remember? Pre-tape, all I could remember of this guy was when his only chance was getting you out quick, or the guy would look like he was going to die from exhaustion out there. Okay, he had terrible cardio. He's worked a lot on it, and you can tell. His fight versus Buckley, he was gassed, and he won that 3rd round. He really dug deep. He's not going to quit like Brundage. Will have the power advantage. He's going to be better on the feet. Probably be the stronger man. Has a huge right hand. Has the better chin. And I mean, I've seen. I think the only guys that give this guy problem is if you're moving around a lot. Doing feints and getting on your bike. Cody Brundage is not gonna do that. He only has a huge overhand telegraphed overhand right on the feet. Okay, I think this is everybody that does not take Al-Hassan on Saturday. After it's all said and done, you're gonna be there sitting on your couch thinking, why the fuck didn't I sold everything, put the house, the cars, the kids' college tuition funds, my wife, your kids, everything on Al-Hassan. Because I think he's going to knock out Cody Brundage. I'll give Brundage 1 round. I think he will try at least for a round like he did with Bo Nickel. Then he'll just quit after. I mean, he does not like to take damage. He's not a fighter. Just my prediction is to take Rasek Al-Hassan by 2nd round KO. And I think you should absolutely bet this money line. It's still affordable. I would play this to probably like minus 200, minus 220. If it gets there by fight night, you could probably still play Al-Hassan by KO. But yeah, I think this is the last fight, the last UFC fight for Mr. Brun this year. Next up, C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez versus Julian Erosa. Both of these fighters are coming off a fluky win. Well, I mean, C-Rod, I don't think it was a fluky. I thought he won. I really thought he won. I understand the problem some people have, or why they were calling it a robbery, because if Dulgarian's last name ended in an OV, I guarantee you he's winning that fight 1,000 times out of 100. So I get why people are mad, but I thought Rodriguez won. You have to give Dulgarian round 1, 10-8, and C-Rod won round 3, 10-8. And in round 2, all Dulgarian did was just trying to backpack Christian Rodriguez, hanging on for dear life, and Rodriguez landed the better shots. I personally hate fights like that, or not fights like that. That style, I think I do not like those type of fighters. The Dagestani way, and I mean, I know you can win, but that's only if you have that last name that the UFC is going to cream all over you. I don't want to get into that. C-Rod, he's great everywhere. The guy is very calm, cool, collected, never panics. He's composed, has very good grappling. He's good on the feet, has great counters. Will have the speed advantage here. Is definitely the more technical fighter, and I like that he throws more than just your typical 1-2. He should make weight. There's no more excuses. I mean, this is at featherweight. He should make weight pretty easily. The only thing I guess you could say it's against him is this is the first time he's fighting a guy that his height starts with a 6. Could that cause a problem? I don't think so. I think if Erosa was younger and on his prime, sure, I think he would have a much better chance. But he's old now. He's very tough, but I don't think he has that same. Well, I don't think he never had a great chin. He was just tough. I don't think he's at that age anymore. He is coming off a fluky loss versus Ricardo Ramos. He was getting battered and pulled a submission out of his ass. He only has that weird, awkward style, very clunky, kind of moves with that swagger. He's very tall for the division and has a great uppercut. So that, could he catch C-Rod? Maybe. Has sneaky jiu-jitsu, but he's not catching Rodriguez on the floor. Rodriguez is too good there. He's a finisher, so could we see something similar to his last fight on the first round? Maybe, but this guy will gas out. We've seen that he does not have a very good gas tank. This is at altitude. Leaves his hands down. Doesn't have a very good chin. And Erosa, he's just old now. This is a layup for C-Rod here. I don't see a way he loses this fight. My prediction, I think he puts him out. I know he couldn't finish off a gassed Dulgarian in that third round, but he's a younger guy. I think Erosa, I don't think he can take a beating anymore. Give me C-Rod by second round KO. And yes, I will be betting this fight. So just take Rodriguez on the money line and put him on your parlays. For a straight bet, I'm not touching this. I mean, I have a juice tolerance about around minus 160, minus 170. That's where I draw the line. So I'm not touching this for a straight bet, but you definitely throw C-Rod in your parlays. Next up, Gabriel Bonfim versus Ange Lusa. I get why you're tempting at that price to put a wager on Lusa here. I mean, the guy's tough as nails. It seems that you cannot put him away, but he also cannot put anyone away. I mean, this guy let off the hook. This guy let Reese McGee off the hook, and that guy's a fucking zombie. And Bonfim got dull beat on his last fight, okay? Did he get fraud checked? I mean, yeah. Did he gas out? I think it was more of an adrenaline dump. I mean, he was fighting in front of his home crowd, and I think the lights got the better of him. Obviously, Dalby is very good, so I don't think there's too much shame in that. And I really believe that that happening, him losing his hero, that means one less thing on his mind. He should be more calm, and he does not have to worry about that anymore. I think that was a very good reality check. I mean, this is the UFC. You're not just going to be finishing everyone in, the first round like he was doing. This is a great bounce back spot for him. The UFC likes him. He's very good. He's tall for the division. And we saw Brian Battle was putting on a fucking clinic on Ange Lusa on his last fight before he claimed there was an eye poke and could not continue. Got the no contest there. Bonfim, how do I put this? I really think that him losing his cereal that way is one of the best things that one of the best ways that he could have lost it, because it wasn't no fluky win. It was like he made a mistake and a bomb got a sneaky submission on him. I mean, Dalby really put on a great performance. I mean, this guy saw that he has some cardio issues. I think that's one of the I see a lot of people talking about, oh, he's going to gas. I mean, this fight is in Denver, the altitude, and Lusa is tough as nails. Never been finished. This guy's a killer. Okay, he wants you to finish. He wants you to finish. He wants to finish you fast. Has great jiu-jitsu. He's good on the feet. Has power. Has a great chin. Has great takedowns, can take you down very easily. I mean, we saw what he did with Dalby. On that first round, he dominated Dalby. And I know that's kind of his style, be the nail and then be the hammer when his opponent gets tired. But I rewatched that fight, and I don't think his cardio is that bad. I think it was more of an adrenaline dump. But if you weather the storm, I think that's the blueprint to beat him. Maybe. I don't think Ange Lusa is going to beat him. Ange Lusa lost on his debut after... Did he... Wasn't he in the... Yeah, he lost to JDM on the Contender Series a couple years ago. Went on to the LFA. Don't quote me on that one. Won. Got signed to the UFC, lost on his debut, then won 2 in a row where he cannot put Reese McGee away. And he's coming out that loss. Yeah, he lost that fight versus Brian Battle. He quit claimed he was getting blind due to an eye poke. I mean, literally 4 days, the guy was still on Twitter or Instagram. Like, I'm not really sure if I should go see a doctor, bro. If you're 4 days in, nothing happened to you. Just let it go. We all know you quit. You're a bitch. You were getting your ass kicked, and that's that. I think Bonfim is going to do the exact same thing, but Bonfim is miles ahead than Battle is. He's also tall, so I think this is very. I think he'll just kill Ines Luz in the first round. Luz is tough, so I think this is a club and sub. He'll hit him, get him wobbly against the fence. Will probably get a knockdown, and the guy will just jump on a sub and get him out there pretty easily. I think this fight ends in the first round. So my prediction is Bonfim by sub in the first round. I'm not going to be having any money in this fight. My lean would be Bonfim by finish. Bonfim by finish. I think I don't think we have lines on that yet, but yeah, it's for me that would be the bet if I was to bet on this fight. It would be Bonfim by finish. Next up, or featured fight of the night, Drew Dober versus Gene Silva on back-to-back UFC events. I love Lord Silva. I think he's great. I think he's a fantastic story. Has a great personality. It's very entertaining to watch. But I think this is too much for what. I think this is more than he can chew. Not only has Drew Dober been preparing to fight at this altitude in Denver for a full camp. I know a couple of weeks ago, was he supposed to fight Mike Davis, right? Yeah. Mike Davis unfortunately had to pull out of the fight due to an injury, and the UFC was like, hold on, we'll get you a new opponent. And here it is, Gene Silva moving up a weight class on, 2.5 weeks notice. And I mean, Drew Dober's been around for forever, it seems. He's only 35. I mean, he is 35 now. He will stand in your face and trade. He's very clean and technical. He's definitely the more technical, cleaner striker of the two here. This is power versus power. I mean, Drew Dober will probably have, well, no, not probably, will definitely have the cardio advantage. He likes to brawl, but Drew Dober's got a great chin, and he's used to face. He faces light heavyweight. I don't even know what I'm saying. He faces lightweight power, unlike Gene Silva, who's fighting at featherweight. I mean, I think this is not only will Drew Dober be the better, cleaner striker, he will be the bigger man. Gene Silva is very short. Drew Dober's huge. Like, he's just this big block cylinder, has a huge ass Minecraft head. He's very hard to KO, can offensively wrestle. And Gene Silva, yeah, I mean, he leaves his hands down. I don't know how good his chin is, how tough he is. But we saw, what fight was it? I can't quite remember, but he's not very good when he's on his back foot. Okay, so if Drew Dober just pressures him, he's going to beat the brakes off Silva here, the Lord. But the advantage, or I guess what I like about Silva, is he's with the fighting nerds. Those guys have great game plans, and their fighters stick to it. I know Silva went ape on his last fight versus Jourdain, but that was only after he felt the Jourdain's pillow hands. Okay, Dober has 10 times the power that Jourdain has. And I know Silva's pre-tape fight, pre-UFC tape is terrible. Okay, I don't know. I do not understand this line. I mean, honestly, this is up a weight class, 2 weeks notice at altitude. Dober trains in Denver. What are we doing? Like, I don't get this line. John Silva is not knocking out Drew Dober. I feel like this is gonna haunt me. John Silva is not knocking out Drew Dober, okay? I don't think Drew Dober is going to make... I don't think Drew Dober will just go out and brawl with Silva, because I think that's the only chance Silva has. And we saw Dober got drawn into the fire with Frivola, and he got knocked out. I don't think he's making that same mistake. Give me Drew Dober by decision. I think he can cruise. I think he can piece up John Silva here for 3 rounds. I think this is a unanimous decision, 30-27, 30-27, 29-28 type of scorecard. And yeah, if you're betting, I'm betting Drew Dober as well on the money line. I don't think you need to get cute trying to, will he get the KO? Will he go to decision? Just take Drew Dober. It's at a picking price. Great price if you ask me. I really don't get why this is not a minus 150 line, at least. And I get that the bookies don't like to give you a good line value with a guy that has a puncher's chance. But I really don't think Silva has the power to knock Drew Dober out. Give me Dober by decision and bet him on the money line at a great price. Wow, well, we already had the co-main event here. Santiago Ponzinibbio, the Argentine Dagger versus the King of Kung Fu, Muslim Salikov. Guys, if you made it this far, I appreciate you a lot. Please leave a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'll try to be more consistent with my uploads. I've just been very busy. I'm in the middle of moving. I'm just putting these videos out so I can, try to get into a rhythm, because I will my goal is to make these videos like with a lot better quality and not just, your go on topology and I'm sharing my screen and reading the tail of the tape and the last five fights of these fighters. I think that's pretty boring. I don't want to do that. So that's why I've been doing this a little bit different, I guess. But I want to do it a little bit better. I'm hoping by the next PPV event, the 304, I'm hoping I'll be able to do that by then. But yeah, I would appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, let me know who's your favorite underdog on this week's card, because I'm going with an underdog here, okay? I'm going with the King of Kung Fu himself. I know this guy's probably 60. We're at Denver, the Mile High City. How can you trust Ponzinibbio? I know he's younger. He's only 3 years younger. And the guy was a dog back in the day. Then he got sick, and the dude could have died, okay? That's how serious that was. I love Salikov's striking. It's so beautiful. It's perfect. It's just he's a little bit too old now, and I know he'll probably cast by the third round. I think Ponzinibbio will. He will also gas probably. I mean, these are two old men's going at it at a co-main on a not very good card in Denver. So the UFC decides to put this as a co-main event in Denver, where the UFC, how long has it been since they've been in Denver? About like 8 years, I think. So 8 years. The UFC comes back to your city, and this is the fucking co-main event. Two grandpas duking it out. This is going to decision. I see a lot of people taking the bait, thinking, oh, either Salikov knocks him out or Ponzinibbio knocks him out. I don't think they have the gas tank to knock each other out. I think it's gonna be a very boring fight on the outside. Because I mean, this fight was supposed to happen 3 years ago. Maybe back then it would have been a good fight. Okay. Ponzinibbio, he's just 2-4 since he came back. I know I don't think there's too much shame in his losses. He lost to Jing Liang, who's a beast. Then lost to Jeff Neal. Lost to Michel Pereira at 170. And to Kevin Holland. He was losing to fucking Alex Morono, guys. It was a good comeback. He was losing all 3 rounds. He got the KO in the 3rd round. He was losing that round as well. Okay, I know he'll be a little bit taller. Will have a reach advantage here. Has a good jab. Likes to move forward and put the pressure. Is a good counter striker. A brawl will probably benefit him here. Has a good outside kick. Has some good kicks. But this guy just does not have the chin anymore. He gets dropped every fight since he came back. I mean, he was almost... he could have died. Okay? His toughness has faded completely. Has loopy punches. Salikov striking is a thing of beauty, okay? But Ponzinibbio does good against same height or shorter opponents. I get that. Okay. On the other hand, you have Salikov at almost plus 200 odds here. Only 1 in 3 on his last 4. It's funny that both have losses to Jing Liang, right? But hey, Salikov made it to the 2nd round. Ponzinibbio was couldn't made it into the 2nd. I know that was his first fight, since coming back from the death, pretty much. And Salikov just wants to stay on the outside, throw that big right overhand. He probably has 2, maybe 3. I'd say he now probably only has 2 good, incredibly fast, incredibly accurate spinning kicks. The guy can take you down, but he only has wrestling cardio for about half a round. So this fight is not going into the ground. Both of these guys want to strike. And I think both guys will gas in the 3rd and won't have the ability to finish one another. I think the last round is going to look a lot like the Nico Price Alex Morono fight. Either there's like exhausted on the feet, or I think Salikov is laying on top of Ponzinibbio for the whole 3rd round, and that's the way he wins. And even if both are gassed and they're just trading there, exhausted on the last round, winner takes all scenario, I trust Salikov striking a lot better than Ponzinibbio. I think he can land the cleaner shots in a scenario like that. And I mean, at first I was leaning, oh my God, how can this go the distance? But I mean, these two guys, I know Salikov's just coming off a KO loss, what, like 6 months ago, so that's not a very good look. And Ponzinibbio, I mean, I guess he has powers. He still has power. Both of these guys have power, but I think it's just for a round. If these guys make it out of the first, this is going the distance. And I'll trust I'll trust the King of Kung Fu here. If you're betting, I think that's a very good line. Salikov, I'm not touching this fight. I'm not putting my money nowhere near this fight. But if I had to, I'd definitely bet Salikov on the money line. Next up, we have ourselves our main event of the evening of the UFC's Denver. Rose Namajunas, Thug versus Tracy Cortez. You already know what's up with Tracy. I think this fight is. I see a lot of people just like, oh my God, Rose is going to show levels here. Tracy, this is too much for her too soon. She was supposed to fight Miranda Maverick. Was it on the Amanda Lemos card versus Verna? I believe that she was fighting for next week's card against, and I get that Miranda Mavericks is no Rose Namajunas, but I mean, what do we really know about Rose? I mean, I know this girl does not need introduction. Former flyweight, beat Weili, beat Weili twice. Showed that the first fight was not a fluke. I was on Weili on both of those fights. You know, the first one I was like, okay, she got me, whatever. It was a fluky kick. And that line went down for the second fight. I believe the first fight was like minus 200 for Weili. And on the rematch, it was minus, I think it was at a pick and price. And I was like, are they really going to think that Rose is on the same level as her just because of a fluky kick? And she was. She beat her again. Then she lost the most boring fight of all time to Carla Esparza. Thank God she lost that fucking fight. Because she did nothing out there for 25 minutes. Both of those girls. I mean, Carla Esparza looked like fucking Hasbulla out there versus Rose. Mike. And then Weili took the belt away. Took the belt from Carla like she took fucking candy from a baby, right? Well, Rose, I mean, aren't these the type of fights that Rose Namajunas loses? Like, if you really think about it, I thought she was going to beat Macy Barber, although I think Macy Barber is better than Tracy Cortez at this point. But that's just the way Rose fights. I think she fights up or down to its competition. She's a head case. You never know what's up with her. We really don't know. I mean, where's his head at right now? I mean, she's not like old. But I mean, this will be her third fight on this division, right? She looked a lot better versus Hibas than she did versus Firo. But versus Firo, I thought she looked a lot. I thought Firo was going to destroy her, and she did a pretty good fight with one. She fought a great fight with one hand. But maybe that's just because of the Rose effect, you know, that if she's handicapped, she'll fight better than if she was at 100%. Maybe if she does not break her hand, we see a 30-27 from Firo, maybe even a knockout. Who knows? You never know with Rose. I mean, that whole I'm the best. I think that's just cringy. People make fun of her. She's fast, has beautiful striking, great. I mean, her footwork. I mean, just watching her move around is, God, it's so beautiful. I think she has great head movement as well. Great defense. I don't think she has cardio issues, which I see a lot of people trying to point out. I think she just loses focus on the later rounds, the championship rounds. that will matter here. She has good grappling, but I mean Cortez will definitely be the bigger girl here, the stronger fighter. Um, she has not faced a an opponent like Tracy since she moved up to this weight class. I think Tracy can take her down. I think Tracy can dominate her for the first, second, maybe third round. And if Rose does not fade, because I think she loses focus. I don't know what's up with this girl. I mean, she's a head case. Um, she's very weird and odd. I don't know how you guys can trust her at this price, minus 250. I've seen it some places, minus 220. I think it's right around the consensus. And Tracy Cortez, I mean, Tracy Cortez, she comes from the contender series, dominated her fight versus Agapova there. She's the girl that took Erin Blanchfield's 0. And I'm very high on Blanchfield. I think that girl is going to be champion in 3 years. That's if she works on her strike, which I think she will. Cortez looked great on the feet on her last fight. And I was on Just Vicious on that on that fight. I mean, I was thinking, how in the world is she going to beat Jasmine? And she looked great. I mean, I thought Just Vicious would look like Cortez did. She looked great for me. I mean, this girl's huge. She's definitely going to have the power advantage. Can wrestle beautifully. I mean, she's been training with Cejudo and those guys for her whole life. I mean, since she was an amateur, she was like 15, 16. My concern is this is a 2 weeks notice to fight Rose. And we saw that her coach was like, oh my, can this be a 3-rounder? Because, maybe we're not ready for fighting an altitude. Then she went on with Ariel and was like, hey, I mean, I need this win. I could make a huge jump in my career if I win this. And I agree. I mean, if she did not say it, I don't think I would have thought about that. I think if she beats Rose, the UFC will find a way to make her fight Grasso on that sphere, because that whole, Noche Mexicana and shit from the UFC and the sphere. It's the Mexico Independence Day. We saw it last year where Shevchenko was robbed, and she's like, I'm not fighting on that date versus Grasso again. I mean, I just got robbed. Because of the fucking PI on Mexico, whatever. I don't want to get into that. I mean, imagine 2 Mexican girls going at it for the belt at the sphere. Oh my God, Dana White's going crazy. And, I mean, they're both hot. I mean, Tracy Cortez, you know what she's packing, right? I mean, all that cake she has. And Alex Grasso, I don't know why some weirdos like her and her feet. And, I mean, whatever. She's cute. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but the gym fight ready. I don't think they would have taken this fight if they didn't see something that they like in this matchup for Tracy. That's what really gives me confidence here. Because she's very physical, has good cardio, will out wrestle Rose for sure. And I think she can take her down. She's very good at taking the back. She's very active. And she throws bombs to close the distance. Rose never had any power, and most definitely will. She's not going to have power all of a sudden up a weight class. And, Cortez has that Mexican chin. Okay, she can take. I don't think if Rose lands that head kick that she landed on Weili, she's not knocking Tracy out. Okay, she's not. And with all the question marks with Rose, I think you have to take Tracy here. I'm leaning Tracy. I'm going Tracy Cortez by decision. I mean, you and I are going to be there sitting on our couch, watching this shit of a card, joke of a card, in front of a crowd. They're in front of a crowd. They put this shit card in front of a crowd. Imagine if they didn't get that Josh Van energy fight. I mean, but whatever. I mean, the judges are also going to be seeing this pretty much throughout the fight. Okay, I mean, the judges are humans. Okay, they're like you and I. I know we like to demonize them. They're some fucking idiots, but if they see this every round that they see Tracy Cortez do this for 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half, even a minute, they're going to give her that round. Okay, she has to come out with those Vale Total shorts. She's going to win this fight on pure optics. Because Rose will be moving around, throwing that 1-2, 1-2, getting in, getting out. She'll try to be on his back, but what happens when Tracy Cortez cuts distance and she makes it ugly? Takes her down. And she's showing all that. She's showing all that ass in front of the judges. Okay, they're going to give her those rounds. Tracy Cortez is going to win by decision. Probably a split decision. A 48-47 type split decision. Very close fight. Because I don't know if I dare to say Rose will have moments. Because, I mean, what even is a Rose moment? I mean, we saw her fight versus Kivas. I don't think she looked very good. I mean, she won that fight definitely and looked better. Showed levels versus a girl like Kivas who will just try to make it ugly, kind of like a Tracy Cortez. But she doesn't. I mean, she's a judo girl. She's not going to wrestle and grapple like a Tracy Cortez. I think Tracy Cortez is her life dog here. And I know I've been picking the underdog for the past 3 weeks. And I've looked like a fucking idiot. Right? But I mean, eventually they have to start winning again, right? I mean, at the start of the year, I mean, all we had was upsets on these main events. And I know that pace was unsustainable. We're getting some regression to the mean here on these past few months. I mean, it seems that who was the last underdog that won on a main event? I mean, was it? I think wasn't it like Alex Perez? I think it was Alex Perez, and that was a long ass time ago. Pretty sure it was Alex Perez, right? Or was it who was the other card? Oh well, Imavov, right? No, he was a favorite as well. He was also a favorite. I think it was Alex Perez. So it's been like 3 months since we saw an upset. I'm going with Tracy Cortez. I think she can take her down, dominate there, and yeah, I'm not. I want to bet her at this price. If it goes to plus 200, I'm definitely betting him. I'm definitely betting that right there. But if it does not go to a 2-1 dog, I don't think I'll put my money. I'll be having any money in this fight, but this is going to decision. And just bet the over, and I'm leaning Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez, it's going to be the pick. And yeah, if you made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe, please. I would really appreciate it. I'll see you on the recap video.